lookup. I think I made an error. So our VLOOKUP table is extract 3, comma, and the column index number for the pay band is column the column for the pay band name is column B, which is column 2. So it's going to be 2 for the column index number, and also we want it to be instead of using exact match, because we are doing approximate in the sense that there is no exact, or every one of these values here that was specified for us is a rounded up values. They are values that has been rounded up, yeah. So we can't use exact match because in this pay, we don't have a value that is rounded up, that is exact. Every one of them varies and they have small details in them. So we cannot use exact match anymore. So we are going to be using approximate match. I'm going to select approximate match, which is true, then I'll close bracket, I'll hit enter. Now, using if error, we have our value have specified for us that if error, if the value is not up to, or is not in the range of what we have here, then some of this particular band should be specified. So we'll come back, the value if error is let's just put nil. Just put nil. Then we'll close my bracket, I'll put enter. What is it saying? Better still. Let's use if function. Now let's use the if function. So for the first logical test is that if this first value, as a matter of fact, let me delete everything. So the logical test is that if this first value, that is, if this value is greater or is in between this particular value here, pay minimum for this band. So I'm going to say if pay, that is F4, is less than, this is less than or equals, if pay band is less than or equals what we have here, A4, then, then the value if true. What should Excel say if the value is true? That is, if this particular value here, if it is less than or equals 25,000, what should Excel tell me? Excel should now give me level A. That is the pay band of level A. So it's going to be B. What do you call it now? It's going to be B4. Yeah, B4. So I'll close that. That is the first test. The second test again, I'm going to call on, sorry, that's not done. Second one will say if again. So I'll bring in another if function. I'll make sure I specify every one of these things here. Right? So if again, if F4 is greater than or equals 50, F5, then the value if true, no, sorry, let's start from the biggest value to the highest. If A8, now let's start from the biggest to the, if A8 is greater than or equals if A8 is if F4 is greater than or equals A4 or A8, sorry, 8, the value if true should be level E. Level E. Yeah. And then the second one is going to be if again F4 is less than, greater than or equals A7, then the value if true should be level D. Again, bring in our if function. So we'll keep writing it like that until we are done specifying if it's greater than or equals to A6, then we should have it as level C. Level C. Again, if F4 is greater than or equals to A5, the value should be level B. And should be level B. Or better, instead of writing level B, let me just say A5. Now B5. B5, yeah. In fact, let me do the rest like that. Instead of having level C, let me just use the cell referencing. Level C is B6. B6. Then level D is B7. Let's say B7. Level E is B8. B8, yeah. B8. So to specify the last one, now, instead of now specifying the last one, by saying if F4 is also greater than cost of. So instead of, we'll just use my value if false, and then I'll say if false. Now, if every one of these tests are not true, then Excel should return every one of them as the value if true should be B4. B4. I'll close my bracket. In how many places now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I have how many ifs? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ifs. Yeah. And then yes. So this first, what this formula means is that if you look at it, let's look at the test gradually or one by one. The first one says if F4, that is, we are using our pay to check for these people's pay level. Now, if F4, if this first one is greater than or equals to A8, that is, if this pay here is greater or equals to whatever this person is earning here, Excel should return that person, should show us that person as being a level E earner. Again, we move on. Say if this same person is greater than or equals to 100,000. We should return that person as level D. That is why we have it as B7. And that is why we have everything like that. So, and then if we now double click, if we click down, or no, it's not supposed to be. Okay. Let me rework it again. So as a matter of fact, let me use the ifs function ifs. So the first logical test is if A8, if F4 is equals to is greater than or equals to A8, Excel should give me this value if true. Again, if F4 is less than or equals A7, Excel should give us level D. Again, F4 less than or equals to A6, Excel should give me B6. Again, F4 less than or equals to A5, Excel should give me B5. And then the last one, if F4 is less than or equals A4, Excel should give me A4. Oh, B4, sorry, B4. I hope this will work. Okay, level D, still the same thing. How else can we do this? Can I do this again? Let me see. Hello, can you guys hear me? Is anybody there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. I'm trying to see which order. Okay, let me use the function now. Then I'll start specifying the logical test from. Let me start from the smallest. I'll say let me keep using my ifs. My ifs should be the first logical test again should be F4 is less than or equals to this first one, A4. Then S0 should give me B4. Again, F4. Now, instead of less than, it's going to be greater than or equals to A5. Excel should give me B5. Again, F4 greater than or equals A6. Excel should give me B6. F4 greater than equals A7. Excel should give me B7. Then for the last one, F4 greater than or equals A8. Excel should give me B8. This is not right.
Sorry, sir, I'm a little bit confused right now. And what question are we trying to answer again?
We are to use this pay. Yeah, instead of seeing this pay here, we should be seeing anybody that is earning anything in the range of let's say for instance, this person is earning 84,289. So we need to show the person's pay band. Instead of showing the person's amount, we should be showing their level of payment, or their level of employees or seniority or whatever in the company. So if you see anybody that is in level E, you will be able to guess easily that, okay, this person is earning above 150,000. So that is what we are trying to do. Do you get it now?
Yes, sir.
We are using this pay here. We are trying to put them in levels. We are trying to categorize every one of them according to their level of payment or level of a pay band. Yeah. So that's what we're trying to do. And normally, let me try and use if again and add it with VLOOKUP. Yeah. Let me next if with VLOOKUP. So the lookup value is going to be yeah, the lookup value is still going to be F4. And table array is a pay band. The column index is column 2. Approximate match, yes. Close brackets. Now the value if true now should be the value if true should be our pay band. Should be our pay band here. And then the value if false, we can just leave that as we can leave it as empty. This showing I miss anything. Yeah, pay band and true. Okay. Move on. Just sorry, give me a moment. Let me try and fix this thing popping up right beside my data. Sorry, give me a moment, please. Mhm.
Sorry, sir. Can we use index match maybe to try and
So index match
check?
cannot, you can try, but index match cannot work. Normally, there is another complex function that I can use, but I still want to put it at our level here. I don't want to, I don't want anybody to lose interest.
Okay, sir.
I'm coming out. I'm trying to check the previous, what do you call it now? Okay. Okay, so the same thing. Um, okay. Yeah, I really don't want to use I don't want to use the complex one so that I don't want anybody to just lose interest yet. So I hope everyone can see my screen. And welcome to class for those that are just joining, even though you guys are late. But you're still welcome to class. Good morning, Madam Blessing. Hello, can you hear me? Hello,
Good morning, class. Good morning.
good morning. Trust you're feeling all right. And hope you are not seeing this code too much.
It's everywhere.
Yeah. July decided to be an air conditioner instead of being a month. I can relate. Um, okay. So let me go back to where we are there. Now let me share my screen.
Sorry, I can't see the screen.
I'm coming. I'm about to share now. Okay, can you see the screen now? Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh, to explain the question again, what we are trying to do is to use function, VLOOKUP function. There are a lot of functions we can use to do this. We can use the if function, we can use the if, but specifically to use VLOOKUP function, not to complicate anything. There are sometimes you would want to like flex your muscle, like as an analyst, which is not really necessary. All you need to do is just to get the job done. Like I have always said, it's just to get the job done. The current cohorts that are finishing up this month, that are rounding up this month, I think I was kind of happy and proud that we have about two of them um, that are that had already interviewed for a remote role for a data analyst. One for a UK firm, and the other one for I think an island firm for data analyst role remotely. And it was it was surprising, not really surprising, but I can't say it is surprising. But I still want to say it was surprising that they got some of these remote interview during when they were learning SQL during their second month, which was back in June. They got it, and we just tried to prep them for how the interview will go and all those stuff. So, um, which means, and I told them frankly that you don't need to always complicate. Yes, you know some complicated functions and everything, but try and use the simple stuff to just get the job done. Because most of the everyday problem of organizations and firms today, most of the issues they have, yeah, can be fixed by the smallest of problems, and that is what I have set this one to also achieve. We can use, I think I can use the VStack to solve this particular question. I can use logical functions, the advanced logical functions, but I just want to stick it to this VLOOKUP function so that we'll understand that some complex problems always needs like, or sometimes needs the smallest of solutions like this. And in this regard, what we are trying to do is that this pay here, we want to do it in such a way that whenever we see these employees and their pay, we should easily tell that, okay, yeah, this employee belongs to level E. Or whenever anybody tells you that this employee belongs to level E or level B or level A or level C or level D, we should know, or you should be able to like emphasize or imagine how much this person are earning. So we want to categorize every employee based on their learning. We want to put them to level based on their earnings. So I'm going to say equals to VLOOKUP. Now, our primary key in this instance is the pay report, because is the pay column, because we don't have employee ID on our pay band table, right? We don't have an employee ID on our pay band table. So I'm going to say F4. Oh, sorry, before I do that, let me convert my data set here to table. So I'll select everything, Control A, Control T, I'll hit enter, and then I'll rename my table as pay band. Now, then, so I'll come back here, I'll say equals VLOOKUP. The lookup value is F4, the table array is the pay band table. Pay band table. And then the column index for the pay band table is column 2. Then we want it to be an approximate match. So if I double click down, yeah. So now, anytime somebody just tell you that, I know that guy is, I don't know his level. Or if anybody tells you that, okay, I don't know how much that guy earns, but I know he's in level D. The moment you hear level D, you should be able to guess that, I think level D people are earning something around 100,000 to 150,000. If you hear the employee is in level E, you will know the person is automatically earning above 150,000. That is what we try to achieve with this VLOOKUP function here. Easy peasy, straightforward. No complex function or anything. So I hope you understand it now. I hope that is clear to everyone. So this is the first assignment on that file, on the practice assignment file. This is the first one, employee payroll. And we've done the first exercise where, okay. Did I open another file? No. Let me do it again for those that are just joining. So Control T, and then I will call this extract 1. Extract 1. We are using VLOOKUP. So it's going to be equals to VLOOKUP. The lookup value is F4. And the table array is extract. And the column index number for the first name column, the first name column is column number 3. And then we want it to be an exact match. And then we'll match the employees with the ID. Do the same thing again. Equals VLOOKUP F4 extract. The column index for the last name is column 2. And then we want it as false. And then close my bracket, hit enter. So if this session finish in the next 10 minutes, please click on the link back again. And the next one is going to be our last one, right? So that everyone, you have to do the assignment and submit to my email. It is part of the requirement, please. Normally, by our next week, we are starting with SQL. Everyone will have to install SQL on their system, and the SQL course is going to be unlocked for you guys to start. SQL is where we are going to start the programming part of this course, and we are doing SQL for the whole of August. And by September, we are going to start our Power BI. So we are going to be dealing with it topic by topic each week. So please, if you have not been following before, please start following now. Normally, today, or this particular week that just ended is our final week for Excel. And by next week, I'm going to be uploading our capstone project, the project we are going to do in fulfillment of everything we have learned in Excel. The project is a very simple one, so don't worry. It's a very simple one, basically. So that being said, so please, if you have not been following before, please start following now. I know it's not easy because most of us have our different lives, but if we are paying to learn something, at least it deserves our commitment also. So I hope that is clear with everybody. Let me go to it. The exercise 2. Use VLOOKUP formula to bring in the last name, the city, and the state of employees in the raw data section. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to select all, Control T, hit enter, and then I'm going to rename this. We've done this before. I'm just trying to do it for those that are just joining. Extract 2. And then I'm going to call this extract 3. No. Let's see. And then I'm going to call this extract 3. Yeah. So what we have been asked to do is that we should use this employee's ID to find out the last name of these employees from this table, and also using the same employee ID to find out the city of these employees. Now, we will find out that this particular table does not have the employee's city. It only has only the second one has the city of these employees. So, and that is the reason why we have to convert both of them to table and name them something different. This is extract 2, according to the name of our table here. This is extract 2 table, and then this is extract 3 table. So, using VLOOKUP function, so I'm going to say equals VLOOKUP. The lookup value is still the employee ID, which is F4. And then the table array, that is the table you are trying to look for this person's name, is on the raw extract table. So I'm going to say extract. This is extract 2. Now this is extract 2 table. And then the column index of last name. Column number 1 is employee ID. Column number 2 is last name. So I'm going to say 2. And then we want it to be an exact match. So then close my bracket. Then I'll hit enter. Then I'll double click on the fill undo. And then the same thing for the city equals VLOOKUP. I'll steal my F4. And then my table array, this particular table does not have city. For this second one here has city. So we are going to be using this second one, which is extract 3 table. So I'm going to call on extract 3. And then I can see extract 3 here. So I'm going to select extract 3. The column index for city. City is on, employee ID is on column 1, city is on column 2, state is on column 3. So, and I need city, so I'm going to be using column 2. Then I'm going to be needing it as an exact match. And I'll close my bracket, I'll hit enter. So, I just find out that the employee with the ID 990678, the name is Pete, the last name is Pete, and the Pete lives in Austin City. Lives in Austin City. So that is that for our first assignment. All right, we have tons of assignments in the I think I have about 8 or 7 that you guys would have to do and also submit. So I'm going to be doing some, and then you are going to do the rest and submit. Please, guys, submit. It is part of the requirement. Try it out. You try it out. If you don't understand anything, you can always reach out to me anytime on WhatsApp. I will be glad to explain to you. Right? So since that is done, so let me look at another one that I can do. Let's see. Okay, let's do some ifs. Let's do this some ifs. Can you guys see my screen? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, let's look at this particular one. The following table details the revenue by bank account number. Calculate the total revenue from gold accounts in the state. And we are to use, I think we are to use the nested ifs, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, we are to use some ifs, I mean. So we are to use the sum if function. Every one of these things have been discussed in the course on the platform. So please try and keep up and keep yourself updated. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this data set into table. I'm going to select from account, select down, select to the side, convert it to table, Control T. Yeah, right. And then I'll say revenue table. I'll name it revenue. So we have been asked that we should calculate the total revenue from the gold account. That is, we should look into this type. Every gold account, we should calculate the total revenue that was generated for them. That is, this is first gold, 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 and gold. We have about 5 gold there. So we should calculate every one of them. Now, normally someone will feel like since the data set is small, you can just look at it and be like, yeah, I know what is going on there. But what if it is in a case where the data set is larger than this? You are working with data set of about 200,000 or more, right? So that is why you have to employ converting your data set into table. And to solve this, I'm going to say equals to sum if. Now the range, it's always asking what is the range? The range I am trying to find, the range I'm trying to find is from this B here. It's from this type table. It's from the type table. So I'm going to call on my table, revenue table. Now, inside my revenue table, I'm going to use my square brackets to look at inside my revenue table. Inside my revenue table, my gold is under my type. So I'll click on type. I'll close the square brackets. Now, what is the criteria? What am I looking for? I'm looking for gold. So I'm going to type gold, comma, and then the final one, the sum range. Where is my, what do I want to sum up? I want to sum up all the gold revenue, right? I want to sum up all the gold revenue. So I'm going to call on my table again, which is our revenue. Inside my table, I'm going to be looking at my revenue column. Close my brackets, hit enter. Then my revenue is 1,275. And if we add every one of these guys here together, all the golds we have here, this is the first gold, second gold, third gold, fourth gold, and fifth gold. If we add these 5 guys together, it will give us this 1,275. This is how simple it is.